welcome to UK Gaming Network. I'm Brian, also known as UK Gen Zoidberg, and this is Best 10, where I offer up my favourite games to fit a selected theme. It's time once again to delve into the world of Amiga Coverdisks, only this time the games have been chosen by you. In the previous 4 videos I brought you my selections for the best games and demos that were given away with various magazines, and on those videos many of you commented with selections of your own. These are all choices that you thought I should have included but didn't, and there are plenty of choices that you mentioned for me to put in this video. Rather than make 4 more videos though, I thought I would mix them all into one single commenters edition. The following 10 choices are a mixture of playable demos, shareware titles, full games and public domain releases, and I've listed them in order of my own personal preference. Thank you for all of your contributions, and I really hope you enjoy this countdown too. So let's start, as always, with number 10. So let's start this list with 2 playable demos that actually didn't represent their final games. First up, Body Blows from Team 17, which had a number of demos that were put on various magazines including Amiga Format and Amiga Action, and these 2-player demos were missing a lot of the graphical features that made it into the full game, such as the animated backgrounds and shadows. Consequently, the playable demo is much smoother and the controls much more responsive than they were in the full game. Honestly, if you are planning on playing Body Blows against a friend, you are actually better off loading this demo than you are loading the full game, in my opinion.
Shadow. Shadow.
Next up, we have the demo of Jaguar XJ220, which was put on the cover disc of Amiga Format just before the game's release in 1992. I've said many times on this channel that I'm not a fan of games that offer you the choice between music or sound effects, and that was one of the things that ruined the full retail release of Jaguar for me. This demo, however, shows you what the game would have been like if you had both. The game just feels much more enjoyable to play, and not only that, the engine noise in this demo is much better than the one in the full game too. Next up we have Iliad from Ubisoft, which is a side-scrolling shooter that Amiga Action gave away on their cover disc in 1991. This game was actually a retail release in both France and Germany, but never actually got released here in the UK. It's a pretty decent shooter too, not quite in the same class as games like Project X or Opidia, but definitely well worth a look if you are a fan of this genre. It's got some really good weapons, the gameplay is smooth with responsive controls, and it's got really good sound and music too. Next we have Jump and Roll, which is essentially a public domain remake of the game Trailblazer that came out on the Commodore 64 and Spectrum. Thankfully that game is a great one, so bringing it to the Amiga was definitely a good idea. And this is fast, smooth and very addictive. Puyo Puyo style puzzle games are 10 a penny on public domain libraries, and there were plenty of them to choose from on the Amiga. I think Super Foul Egg though is definitely the best. Personally, I found this style of puzzle game not to be quite as enjoyable as something like Tetris, but you can definitely while away the hours with your friends in competitive 2-player mode. And the first place that I played this game was from an Amiga Power cover disc in 1992.
Oh yeah.
Next up, we have two games that were programmed by Volker Vertic, who had previously worked on Emerald Mine and Bug Bomber and would go on to work on The Settlers. Alienator is a 3D variation on Defender with very fast, smooth 3D graphics. It's very enjoyable to play too, with some really good simple mouse controls. My only issue with it is that sometimes it's quite difficult to know exactly where the aliens are that you're supposed to be shooting. Next up we have Transplant, which is a old school arcade style shooter, pretty similar to games like Asteroids, only this time instead of your ship rotating, the background rotates around it. There's lots of different enemy types and attack patterns for you to learn, and it always keeps you on your toes. The controls are very responsive, and it's got a really good simultaneous co-op 2-player mode as well. Merv the Merciless was given away with the first issue of Zero magazine and came from Probe Software, and this might just be the most infuriating game in this entire video. As you play the game, the screen will move around your character, and the objective is to collect as many items as you can without touching the sides. It looks pretty basic, almost like an 8-bit title, but every time I got a game over message I immediately wanted to play it again, so it's an ideal game to load up if you have a group of friends round. Master Blaster is a blatant Bomberman ripoff, there's no two ways about it, but unlike Blitz Bombers that featured in one of my previous videos, they didn't try to release this one in retail. There's lots of different play options that you can select and different characters to choose from, and honestly I think that many of the options that are included actually make the game slightly worse. If you actually turn off most of the power-ups and just stick to the basics though, you will have a lot of fun, especially if you can get 5 players involved. If you already own Dynablaster with the 4-player adapter, then that game is better, but you can't play as Robocop in that one. The Adventures of Quick and Silver was one of 2 games by a developer called New Bits on the RAM, who were actually the same people who ended up being called Audios and made Apidia a couple of years later. Both Quick and Silver and Metal Law though were given away with magazines. Quick and Silver is the much better of the 2 games though. It's a very enjoyable side-scrolling platform shooter with an expectedly excellent soundtrack by Chris Hulsbeck. I'm assuming that the reason that this one ended up on public domain and got given away on Coverdisks though is the number of copyright flaunting characters from other games that appear throughout. So there you go, that's 10 more games from Coverdisks suggested by you. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please make sure you give us a like and subscribe if you did. Make sure that you follow the link in the description below where you can head over to our Discord, and while there you'll be able to join in all of our chats about gaming. There's also a section on there where you can suggest any games that you might want to see me cover in the Amiga re-review or in a Retro Game Super League video, and I look forward to seeing what those suggestions are. For £1.99 a month you can also become a UKGN VIP, and that will give you early access to many of our videos. Also, while you're at it, why not check out our Patreon, which is currently free, as I am starting to post features on there that are not featured anywhere else on the YouTube channel. If you have missed any of the episodes in this series, then the playlist should be on screen right about now. Please make sure you click on it and go back and watch them. Thank you very much for watching this video, and until next time, happy retro gaming everybody. Bye for now.